Good morning, whimsically musical teachers. This is Rainy Barton coming at you with not Whimsical Wednesday, because it's not Wednesday, it's Folk Friday! Woo! Okay, so this is the first Folk Friday that I have done so far, and I have picked a very special folk song that I discovered last year that I actually really enjoyed, and my kids really enjoyed, and it has a fun little long ways set dance and everything, and it's called Paw-Paw Patch. So, get ready to strap on your seatbelts because it's going to be a bumpy ride. I don't know why I said that, but here we go. Along with Folk Friday, you also get what Miss Barton's doing in the music room for the week. So at the end, with the teacher tip area, I will be briefly explaining what I am doing in each of my grade levels for this week, and I will do that every other week, so you'll get to see what I'm doing in the life of a music teacher as well in my classroom, and maybe get some ideas for yours. So first, the folk song, Paw-Paw Patch, and then teacher tip for Friday. Oh, Paw-Paw Patch. Anyway, it's a super fun little song that I typically introduce in second grade when we are preparing Tiga Tiga, our 16-note rhythms, because, you know, I do a couple of songs to introduce them to that pattern. They haven't necessarily learned the Tiga Tiga pattern yet. I believe I say it as a state, either Alabama or Minnesota. They get to pick the name of the state that it's preparing for them. This is a Kadai method, so if you've never done Kadai, that's what it is. But anyway, Paw-Paw Patch is super fun. Tiga Tiga. There's 3 verses to it, and I do teach all 3 verses to it because you have to if you want to do the game. But the song goes like this. Where, oh, where is pretty little Susie? Where, oh, where is pretty little Susie? Where, oh, where is pretty little Susie? Way down yonder in the Paw-Paw Patch. Come on, boys, let's go find her. Come on, boys, let's go find her. Come on, boys, let's go find her. Way down yonder in the Paw-Paw Patch. Picking up pawpaws, put 'em in your pocket. Picking up pawpaws, put 'em in your pocket. Picking up pawpaws, put 'em in your pocket. Way down yonder in the Paw-Paw Patch. Ooh. Takes a lot of breath to do that. But I don't teach them the song right away. At first, I introduced that we're learning a new song, and I introduced the song Paw-Paw Patch. And there's this really, really, really great PowerPoint that Lindsay Jervis has, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like so you can buy it from her, and teachers pay teachers. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, though, because then you wouldn't buy it. So this is her PowerPoint. If you just type in Paw-Paw Patch by Lindsay Jervis, or even just Paw-Paw Patch, you will find it. And it's really great because it has, of course, like follow the beat, and it has rhythm, and it also has the thing where like you hide the Tiga Tigas until the end and then say, oh, what rhythm is this? And all of this stuff. It's a really, really great PowerPoint. And I use it when I'm introducing this to the kids. And we don't normally go through the rhythm part in the introduction of the Tiga Tiga part unless I'm presenting in this lesson. But I'm not presenting Tiga Tiga in this lesson, so I don't use it for that. So one of the first things that I do is actually introduce them to what a pawpaw fruit is, because they probably have no idea what that is. They've probably never heard of it in their entire lives. So I show them a pawpaw fruit, and then we talk about the fruit. I'll typically tell them that they are the largest edible fruit native to America, and that they are tropical, and they're kind of like mangoes, but they are different, and that they grow wild, but that there are a few orchards that have more recently started to grow them and sell them to farmers markets. And I really like when I give them the history or like the knowledge behind a song, because otherwise they're just like, Paw-Paw Patch. What is Paw-Paw Patch? Like, I didn't know what that was until I actually looked at the song. Like, I didn't know there was a pawpaw fruit. So I learned something, the kids learned something. It's actually really great, and they're actually interested. And then, of course, they want to try one, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm going to have to find a pawpaw fruit. And I don't know how easy that's going to be for me. So after I teach the history of the pawpaw fruit and all of that good stuff, we start to learn the words. And of course I do the echo sing version where I would sing one line at a time. So like, where, oh, where is pretty little Susie? Where, oh, where is pretty little Susie? Where, oh, where is da-da-da-da-da-da? Way down yonder in the Paw-Paw Patch. And then we do that. And then I'll add more to that. So I'll sing all of the and then they sing all of them, and then I'll sing the Way Down Yonder again, and they'll sing it. Then I'll sing the whole thing together, and then they'll sing it together, and then they have a pretty good grasp on it by then. And then I go to the next verse, which the first verse is Where, oh, where is pretty little Susie? Then Come on, boys, let's go find her. And then picking up pawpaws, put them in your pocket. So we spend maybe like 5 minutes learning the words. It's not really hard for them because it is a repetitive song. Like at least the first line in each verse is repeated 3 times. And the last one is always wait on yonder in the Paw-Paw Patch. So they're really only learning 4 phrases. It's not really hard for them. But after that, we go into the circle game. So the circle game is like this. There is a long way set, which I teach them what a long way set is through pictures. I like to have pictures of all different types of folk dances that we are going to do in class because I think it's really important. There are a couple more of the resources that I use for Paw-Paw Patch. I use this folk dance formation posters by Jenna Hudson at So Much Music because kids, if I just say get into a long way set, they have no idea what I'm talking about. Or like, so circle formation is easy, but like other ones are more sketchy. So this one, I'm not going to show you the whole resource. I'm just going to show you what I showed them. I showed them this long way set poster, and immediately they know, okay, so for this I made girls on one side and boys on the other just because it says come on boys, let's go find her, and because it was like the same amount of kids in the class, which is like super lucky. But I just told them girls go where the purple is and boys go where the green is, and it took like literally, it cut down so much transition time instead of me being like, all right, you're going to stand here and you're going to stand here. So I really like these. I very, very much recommend that you buy them. They're called folk dance formation posters. And then the other thing that I use in my classroom is this movement and folk dancing word wall cards. I don't have them up for the year yet, but I need to put them back up. I'm not going to show you this whole thing. I'll show you like one page. So it just has all different types of moves. Skip, gallop, and then later it has stuff like sashay, alley, do-si-do, elbow swing, stuff like that. Words that they're going to hear if you're teaching them folk dances regularly, which you should. It's part of the curriculum. But anyway, my kids like learning the words, and when they see the word on the wall, they're like, oh, I learned that word, or oh, I haven't learned that word yet. Maybe it's coming up in 3rd grade, or like whatever grade they're going to. So they really like these, but these both help when I'm teaching this. And in Paw-Paw Patch, they have to peel off like a banana. So I have peel off, they have to sashay, I have all these different words. So I like both of these resources a lot. And this one's from Lindsay Jervis, and the other one is from So Much Music. I'm going to try and explain the Paw-Paw Patch dance as best as I can without the kids because I have to wait for all of the kids' parents to sign a waiver saying that their kid can be on YouTube and like stuff like that, even though it's just for educational purposes, but I still can't show them without it, so I'm waiting on that. Other than that, it's a long way set, girls over here, boys over here, and on Where, oh, where is pretty little Susie, the girls, the lead girl, takes them around the boys' line all the way and back up to where they were, so it's just like a little circle around the boys. And then all the boys, come on boys, let's go find her. Same exact thing, other way around the girls. So they're like that. Then on the picking up paw-paws, put them in your pocket, you have the lead girl and the lead boy. Now they peel the banana all the way around and everyone follows them and they do a bridge. We typically sing picking up paw-paws twice if we need more time. And you know, the kids go under, just like any other game with their partner. And then we have a new head couple at the top that gets to peel the banana for the next one. So it's just girls go around, boys go around, everybody peel around, bridge, go through, and the next couple goes. So it's pretty easy. If I have a big class, I'll normally have 2 long way sets, depending. But last year I only had like 14 kids in the class, and so that's like 7 times. I don't think you really need to break that down for 7 groups, but that's how the game is. So yeah, it's teacher tip time. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into my classroom for the week, and I'm going to briefly go through all of my lessons for this week, and you know, you can take what you want, leave what you want, I don't care, it's there for you. But anyway, these are my notes. So we'll start with kindergarten. So with kindergarten, I'm still trying to learn their names at this point, so when they come in, I'm just going around the circle, and if I know their name, I say their name. If I don't, like, they tell me, and I'm still learning, and they like that I'm learning their names, and then I almost know all of them. I know, like, 70% now. This is the 3rd time I'm seeing them. I see my kids every 5 days, and it's a set schedule. So every Monday, I have the same kids, every Tuesday, etc. So on Labor Day coming up, I'm going to miss my Monday group of kids, and they're going to be a week behind. Not super excited about that, but that's the way we live, and we move on. Anyway, so the first thing I do, I just stole from David Rao. You should go watch his Make Moments Matter, his musical Monday nights. It was from his kindergarten episode a little while back, where he asked them, you remind me of something that moves like this, and he does this little train song with them called Choo Choo, I think it's from Orff Source Volume 1 is where we decided, and then I just make a little train and have the kids go all around my room doing a train and blowing on the whistle, and they absolutely love that, and that's a fun little opener for them. Then I do another thing that I stole from another wonderful music teacher named Jess from Music and Motivate. And she has this cute little greeting song that she does with her kids that her dad taught her on ukulele, like the Friends at School. I'm not going to sing it right now because it's her song. And if you want to watch it, I think it's on IGTV. That's the Instagram TV. So you should find it, Music and Motivate. The kids love that song. They ask for it all the time. And they're starting to sing it along with me. So I really like it. Then I do my own musical warm-up that I came up with myself. I do this with all of my grade levels, K through 5, where we start by stretching a little bit, so doing some stretches, all of that good stuff to get their bodies ready. We do some vocal explorations, whether it's sirens or just different noises to make their voices, get them into place. And then I have them sing hello to me, so I sing hello, they say hello, Miss Barton, back like that. Then we do some breathing exercises, which I stole this from my mentoring teacher that's been helping me for the past 3 years, and she uses this thing, and the kids go crazy for it because it opens and closes. But I use it as breathing, and they have to stand nice and tall. They learn the correct posture with your diaphragm and everything, and they breathe in, and they let it out depending on what I do. Shh, shh, shh. They love that, and it really helps them focus on their breathing. And then we do a couple of rhythm patterns. So like maybe with second grade, I do ta, ta, tika, tika, ta. With kindergarten, they just get long, long, short, short, long. All of that stuff. And then we end with a little bit of solfege. So in third grade, they are reviewing the pentatonic scale. So I might go sol, mi, re, do, do. And like they copy me, all that stuff. And they expect that every time they walk into class. That's always what happens. And that's my warm-up. And then after the warm-up, we go to this amazing book by Jeff and Randy called Game Plan. If you've never seen it or you don't have it, I highly recommend it. It has so many awesome ideas. I don't use it for everything, but the things that I use it for are just really great. Now, especially in kindergarten, I use it a lot in the start of the year because they have this cute little series about going to the farm. We have this picture of a farm, and there's 6 animals, and each week is a different animal, and you do a song with it, you learn a new instrument with it, and then they have a bunch of little activities. So this week is ducks. So we use rhythm sticks for ducks, and they get to tap the sticks together for ducks. Then we do a little chant around the room called Little Ducks. We sing Old MacDonald How to Farm, but we sing that every week and add the animals. And then we do Duck Duck Goose, because who doesn't love Duck Duck Goose, especially with kindergartners in your music room. And then we do this fun color game, which I love the color game the most. And I got this from here as well. It helps them with locomotor movements, and they still ask for it in 2nd and 3rd grade. Like, seriously, they still love that game. And all it is there's a different color construction paper, and each week we add another one, and it's another movement. So far they only have red, which is stop, and yellow, which is jog. Jogging, not running. They know that. And then green is walk. And by the end, there's like 7 or 8 colors. And eventually we play it as a game where if you don't stop when you see the red card, you're out. They go crazy for it. They love it. It's amazing. And it doesn't take a lot to make kindergarten not be, Anyway, so the last thing I do with them is I teach the 4 voices at the start of the year, and I use this wonderful little Folk Manus rabbit, so you should get it from Folk Manus, and I also stole this from David Rao, because who doesn't take stuff from David Rao, because he's just David Rao, but he uses this for speaking voice. Kids love when I pull the bunny out. Next week I'm pulling out this little bat that I have, named Batty. Yeah, I know, so original. But that's what I use for whisper voice. And I have this full script. If you want to watch David Rao's Facebook video, he has one about it. And then at that point, we probably run out of time. I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of stuff. I have 50 minutes with these kids, and in kindergarten, you got to move from transition to transition to transition. You don't got time to waste. So that's kindergarten in a nutshell. Time for 1st grade. So with 1st grade, I have them come in. I start immediately with the music warm-up with them. I've been having all my grade levels start in a circle lately, and before we moved to chairs, and I actually really like that a lot better than them just being in chairs the whole time. So we do a music warm-up, the same exact one as before, and then we review a song from last year, and I hum it to them, and of course they already know what it is because I'm holding this grizzly bear in my hand, and then they're like, oh, it's the grizzly bear song! If you don't know the grizzly bear song, it's super cute. It's for loud and soft, and it's a fun little chasing game in it. But anyway, I also use this grizzly bear for it, which I bought from Folk Manus as well. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little pricey. It was like $50, but I use it all the time, and I love it. And I also use it for shouting voice in my David Rao stuff. But anyway, so the bear, reintroduces himself and says, do you remember when we did a bear hunt last year? And so we do another bear hunt around the room. And so I put stuff on the floor like this blue scarf to be a river, and a chair they crawl under for a bridge, and these little forest animals over here for the forest. And they just love that. And we have a bear hunt. We go on a great time. It's having them practice their different voices. It's good stuff. And then we're prepping high and low right now so that they get ready to be able to identify high and low, which a lot of these babies struggle with, differentiating that from loud and soft. So then I read them Goldilocks. So I go over to my story corner with them. I read them the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and they help me with Papa Bear. We use our low grumbly voice. Mama Bear, we use our regular middle voice. Baby Bear, we use our high squeaky voice. And of course, they love talking like a squeaky person, so they really love the story of Goldilocks. It's a really good time, and it helps with them with high and low. And then after that, if we have time, which I haven't been having a lot of time after that lately because the story takes a little bit, we do this follow me activity, which I got from someone, but basically, I mean, I don't know. I have them copy me at first, keeping the steady beat to a piece of music. I'm using September by Earth, Wind, and Fire, and they tap their body, all this stuff. They just copy me, and then if I feel confident, I have a student leader do it. But they did really well at the end of last year. This year, it's like they forgot what's a steady beat and what's not, and they were doing all sorts of crazy things, so I'm having to lead primarily. I'm going to have to give them a lot more reinforcement before I let one of them be the student leader, but that's what I do. I also had on the list, but I didn't make it there, is this bunny game that I definitely took from Lindsay Jervis. It's this cute little high and low bunny game. It's super cute, but you have to look that up for her. And then I also do beat posters where they're tracking, and each of them has an individual beat poster sheet in front of them for Queen Caroline, because we did that poem last year. And then I was going to add them with tambourines where they could play it on tambourines. So I'm still going to do that. We had time for the color game because, like I said, they love the color game and they asked for it in first grade, so I do it. And then that's pretty much it. So that's first grade in a nutshell. Second grade's going to be real brief because they were doing their music pre-test this week, so they didn't really get to do anything other than the pre-test that I have to give for my score for the end of the year. We get through one activity afterwards, and it's my observable activity. I have to check off whether each kid is able to match pitch and whether each kid is able to memorize a song, which I know they can all memorize a song. The match pitch one's kind of sketchy. But anyway, the one that I use, I can't remember the book that it's in. When I think of it, I'll let you know. But it's called Shake My Hand and Say Hello. And it goes like this. Shake my hand and say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Shake my hand and say hello. Tell us all your name. Miss Barton is my name. And they will tell me their name. And they're supposed to sing it back to me like that. And then I'm able to assess that they can actually sing and match pitch. Now, of course, some of them did it. And some of them were just like, my name is Timmy. And like, that's it. And that's just like, I didn't ask you to sing it like that. So then I say, is that how I sing my name? And they say no. And then I'm like, tell us all your name. And some of them, it takes just that to remind them. And some of them, they just still can't do it. So I will sing it with them. And some of them get the hint. And some of them just aren't going to do it. But that's a good observable for me. But that's all we had time for in second grade this week, unfortunately. So that's all you get for second grade. Third grade is super fun. It's one of my favorite grade levels. And the first thing we do is music warm-up, like always, and then we do this song called Hello and How Are You? I cannot tell you it because I got it from my ORF levels, which if you've never taken your ORF levels, you should take them, but I mean, the people that do your ORF levels spend a lot of time picking like curriculum out for you and what to teach, and so they ask that we don't share it, so I can't share it. It's a super cute song though. I'll just explain what I do with it, but basically I just have the kids group up in two, and they have to create different body percussion parts to the different parts of the music that would include a body percussion part. And then at the end, I have half the group perform and then half the group watch and switch so that they're able to watch each other. They're able to say what they liked and comment and all that, and they're learning how to be a good audience member because that's something they need to learn anyway in my music class. And so I'm teaching that without actually having to sit down and say, and this is what you do when you're in the audience and all that. So they really like that. And then after that, we transition back to a circle, and I'm teaching them Tika right now, and so we're doing that through Fire in the Mountain. I'm prepping it right now, so they don't know Tika. They just know the word blueberry is what we use right now. But I use Fire in the Mountain, which if you don't know that one's super fun. It's fire in the mountain, run boys run. You with the red coat, follow with the gun. The drum shall beat and you shall run. Fire in the mountain, run boys run. And they love that one. And it's a fun little game, kind of like Jolly is the Miller, if you know that, where you have one kid or a group of kids sit in a circle, and then each kid has another kid standing behind them, except for the kid that's in the middle playing the drum. And the person in the middle, their job is to just play a steady beat the whole time while we're walking around the circle. And then when they decide they're done, they stop playing, and they run and try and stand behind one of the kids in the circle. which means that one of the kids in the circle that was standing doesn't have a partner anymore, and they're stuck in the middle, and now they have to try and get a partner. They love it. They've had a lot of fun with it. It's been really cool to see, and it lets me assess like who can actually keep a steady beat during the song, which I thought all third graders would be able to do by then because I've had them since kindergarten, but some of them are still struggling a little bit. They need more help. But we do that. And then after that is said and done, we go back up to the board, and I have on the board bounce high, bounce low, bounce the ball to Shiloh, the rhythm with the strong beats underlined because we're working on meter. We need to be identifying that. So I play it for them and sing it for them and ask them, like, why do they think that they're underlined? And some of them figure it out, and then we talk about how far apart they are to show that the song is in 2/4, and we're working on our meter, and then we talk about Rocky Mountain and how that's also in 2/4, and we review a couple more of them, and they have a lot of fun with that, and then that's typically all we had time for, so that's what I've been doing in third grade. Fourth grade is also a little boring because they're also taking their music pretest, so unfortunately they didn't have a lot of fun stuff to do today. And their pretest takes longer than the second. I don't know why. Maybe because they just can't be quiet. I don't know. But once they finish, we hardly have any time left, and so I typically just ask them for a game that they've done that they liked before. Like one of my classes asked for cut the cake. If you don't know that, it's super fun. They're all in a circle, one from the outside. They cut the cake in between two kids, and they have to run on opposite sides of the circle and tag the hand first, and whoever gets there first wins. So one did cut the cake, one wanted Dance Josie or Chicken on the Fence Post. If you know that, that's a super fun one. I'm not going to explain it because it takes a little while. And another one wanted Charlie Over the Ocean, which is basically Duck, Duck, Goose. I didn't know in fourth grade they would want that still, but I mean, hey, that's what they voted on. But that's what we've been doing because we haven't had time for anything else. But I plan on doing a musical alphabet review with them next week to make sure they remember all the notes that are in a scale before we continue over to recorders again and pick up ukuleles soon. And then fifth grade, whirlwind of a grade. We start with some rhythmic training where I will do an 8-beat pattern. So maybe I'll do like, and they copy. And I give them lots of examples before I lay on this next step. Then I ask for a couple of volunteers who think that they would be able to do what I just did. Some of them are successful, some of them are not. Once I see that like the majority of the class is starting to get it, I bring in the drums and we make a drum circle. Every other kid has a drum because I don't have enough drums for everyone to have one. And I say, this is the special drum, and this is the drum where you get to make up the rhythm. So you make up the rhythm like, and everyone goes. And then the circle rotates, and the next person is there, and everybody has to go at least once. It's also a good assessment tool for me to be able to see, like, oh, this kid can make an 8-beat pattern. Oh, this kid only made 4. Oh, this kid is not keeping a steady beat. It's been kind of, like, good. It's also kind of made me nervous because some of these kids are really struggling with it. But we do that, and that takes a while, and they love it because we hardly ever pull out drums, and so I'm trying to do that more often with them. And then we do King of the Mountain. If you don't know that game, it's on Teachers Pay Teachers. I don't know who invented it. But they're all in a circle. They each have a rhythm in front of them, and whoever's the king of the mountain says their rhythm or claps their rhythm and claps somebody else's, and then that person has to clap their rhythm and clap somebody else's, and whoever messes up first goes to the bottom of the mountain, and it's a whole circular rotation game. They live for it. Look it up on Teachers Pay Teachers. I promise you, it's a great filler for when you have something you need to do or something, or for subs even, because they know how to run the game themselves. And then the last one I'm doing, I got it off Eileen Miracle's website. It's called Dandiya Ross. It's an Indian folk dance with rhythm sticks. And so I'm not going to explain that one. You can look it up on Eileen Miracle's website. I think it's under her What's on My 5th Grade playlist blog post. But anyway, the kids have been enjoying that, and it also exposes them to a different part of cultural music that they might not have experienced before. And that's about all the time we have for 5th grade. Thank you for watching the first Folk Friday of the school year. I hope that you have fun with Paw-Paw Patch. If you happen to use it in your classroom, you can message me, either see me on Instagram, Whimsically Musical, or go to my Facebook, That's Whimsically Musical, or go to my YouTube, That's Whimsically Musical. And if you liked this video, please subscribe below, comment, like, tell me things that you want. Tell me folk songs that you want me to do. If you want more information on a different folk song, or if you need, I'm going to post links below to all of the materials that I used for this so that you can buy them on Teachers Pay Teachers for the people that made them. And other than that, I hope you subscribe. I hope you enjoy it, and then just tune in on Sunday. My dad called during that, so that's why it was cut off. What I was saying is tune in on Sunday to see the weekly vlog of a teacher life. And with that, Rainy Barton is out, and I will see you guys next time. Make sure to subscribe.